Hi, everybody. So today I'm going to start with step one on creating two forms. Actually, one's a PDF that will really save time in your business and is also more on the cutting edge of inviting. And it's different from what people are seeing out there right now. So right now, the business model that we've been normally using with forming people for maybe up to 3 months is being saturated by the market, by other MLMs that are following Beachbody's lead because it has worked for us so well. So now what we need to do is change things up and get things moving in a different direction and maybe getting a little bit more right to the point with people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share with you and show you some the way to do this and how to create all of this. Okay, so I'm going to screen share with you right now, and the first thing I'm going to screen share with you is just some steps that we're going to go through. So this is going to we're going to step through how to create a few forms, and we're going to go through slides 1 and 2 today. And then tomorrow we're going to go through, or in video number 2, I'm sorry, I'm trying to cross my legs. In video number 2, we're going to go through slides 3 and 4. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to create a Google form, or you can use JotForm or Typeform or Wufoo or whatever form you like to use. I personally use Google because I use Google everything. I use Google Drive, I use Google Keep, I use Sheets, I use Streak, I use all Google stuff, and I'm familiar with it. It just is the best way for me to use it. So I'm going to show you how to create a Google form, but if you know how to create a form in another platform, please feel free to go ahead and use it. So what you're going to do is you're going to create this form and you're going to post a call to action about it on your Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Or if you're currently talking with someone, you can share this form. Once they fill out this form, and we're going to have very directed questions. Now, the questions that you put in here are going to be very individual to you and to who you're speaking with. So I'll give you a whole bunch of examples of questions to ask on the form. If you have, which I believe are in our files section, the Andrea Crowder's training on leading questions for forming customers. There's some great questions to pick from, but what I encourage you to do is get pretty specific with your form so that you can really drill down and get your ideal customer. So it's questions that you're going to want to ask what your customer needs and really dial it down and fine tune what they want and what they need. So once they fill out this form, or once they say, yes, I'll fill out the form, you can PM them the form. So PM them on Facebook, DM them on Instagram, or email it to them. I suggest collecting their email address because if something ever happens to your social media, you always have that email backup. So I always recommend getting an email and continuing the conversation that way, because then you have proof that you've sent them things, and it's just, I don't know, I think it's just easier to do it through email. So then the next step is, once you get this form back, from those responses that they've answered on that form, you're going to create a personalized PDF based on their responses, okay? And you're going to get very specific. You're going to tell them what fitness program you feel is right for them, what nutrition plan to use with that, and also what supplements. Now, you and I all know that probably for 99% of the people, we are going to recommend the BOD All Access, right? And then the Portion Fix, which conveniently are in a challenge pack or in a bundle together. So that's kind of a no-brainer. You mean I can get all 3 of these things at a discounted price? Yes, you can get the workout, the nutrition, and Shakeology all together for a discount. So there's that. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to link all of these and hyperlinks and all that, but that'll be tomorrow. Okay, so then we're going to, again, add their responses, and it's going to be pretty much a direct copy and paste. We're going to copy their exact words from what they said in the form. We may have to elaborate some, and we're going to put those into their personalized PDF, okay? So this is going to be their words. They have said this is what they need. And then we're going to create an email letting them know we've created their personal assessment. Here are I've got some recommendations for you. Please make sure that you know the recommendations are actual links. You can click on them, watch the videos, learn more about them, things like that. And then we'll also reconnect with them in whatever social media platform that you started, either Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. Let them know that you sent the email and that they have 24 hours. This is the kicker, guys. They have 24 hours to complete the form in order for them to have a spot saved in your group. Otherwise, you're going to have to give the spot to someone that is on your wait list. They don't have to know that you might not have a wait list. They don't need to know that, but you need to create urgency with this, okay? So we give them a 24-hour deadline that they need to get back with you, and if not, you know, well, maybe next month, okay? And move on. But you're going to be sending this to a lot of people, so I encourage you to really start amping up your talking about this and people that you send this to, okay? All right, so let's get into the creation of this. So I'm going to switch my screen share, okay? So now we are going to go to a different screen. Okay, here we go. All right, so that was the first screen. The second screen is, sorry, I've got to move everything. I'm going to give you an example of my form, okay? So this is the form that I created. Now, this was just a very quick form. You can personalize this a lot more. I just want to show you what mine looks like. You can put your own photo in here. You can change the colors. There's all different kinds of things that you can do with this, okay? So, and you can also change, you know, all this wording, but let me give you an example, and then we're going to go through how to actually create this, okay? So here are some of the questions that I ask. I ask for their name, first and last. The little star here means this is required. They need to answer this in order to submit the form, okay? Email address, yes. Phone number, I leave optional. Some people don't like to share that, but it's up to you if you want to require it or not. Sometimes having a number to text is really handy. So, okay. So these are some of the leading questions that I ask. I want to know a little bit about them, what their day-to-day looks like, you know, maybe time constraints, how busy they are, if they have little kids, young kids, or older kids, where they work, do they work at home, things like that. Do they not work? So I want to know a little bit about them and what they do. I want to know what their goals are in all areas. I want to know what they've tried in the past, what has worked for them, what hasn't worked for them. You know, if they're already in a fitness routine, you know, and if it's going well, great. What their nutrition really looks like, okay? This is where they need to start getting a little bit more honest with you so you can make this recommendation. Very important so that you can know whether you need to recommend vegan Shakeology or maybe not Shakeology at all and recommend the performance supplements. So we need to know if they have any special dietary restrictions. This is something that I put in there. It's up to you if you want to use this or not. Again, all questions are totally interchangeable. You can put anything else in here that you want or don't want. I just thought I would put this in here because it's more ties in with what a challenge group is about, and what the support that they can get by getting this assessment and becoming part of a community. Okay. And then how serious are they? Are they ready to go or not? And if they're ready to go, are they ready to invest in themselves? So I think that's really important to ask. Okay, these last two questions are super important, because if they already are working with a coach, then you need to refer them to that coach. Okay, no stepping on toes, no poaching. Be very, very vigilant and very direct with this, because you need to make sure if they are currently working with someone, then they need to talk to that coach. And if they want to switch to you, that's fine, but make sure that they know, or they talk to the person that they had been working with. Maybe it could be one of two things. It could be a non-working coach, or it could be a coach that's really, really busy, but the customer has never really reached out to that coach and asked for help. So you need to be, there's a fine line there. So be careful with that one. And then the other thing is, you need to know if they have a really good internet connection, so that you can base your recommendation for program on that. Maybe they need the actual DVD package if they don't have a good internet connection. So that's where we start with that, okay? So those are the questions. And then, are we friends on Facebook? Have them ask you to be your friend, or send you a friend request, or follow you. Better yet, actually, I might change this and say, follow me on Facebook. That way you can still message them, but it doesn't fill up your friends' numbers. But who knows, maybe you don't have a lot of friends right now and you want to start adding on. Feel free to have them friend you. Okay. So let me show you another example of another friend's virtual application. So here is hers. This is Michelle's virtual gym application. First name and last name on the same line. You can do that. Her questions are a little bit more loose. She has them put their URL in there right away. This is a really great one, and that I may have to change mine. Where do you live? That's a perfect one. Even though if we ever do an ad, we would probably target United States, Canada, and UK. This is still good to know. Are you already working with a coach? Okay, here is your specific fitness, weight loss, wellness goals. So here you go. Keeping you from achieving your current goals. So she gets a little bit more wordy than I do, and a little bit more personable. So maybe that's what you want to change your form to look like, is a little bit more personable. She's asking what kind of workouts they want to try. And that is something that you can add in there, so that you can make more of a recommendation on what specific workout. But, I think once they're ready to go, I think maybe that's something that I'll talk to them one-on-one with. How much time can you devote? Have you ever tried Shakeology? How are you best motivated? She's got some great questions in here. Are you? So that's great, instead of having them put it in there, in paragraph form. When do you want to get started? Your Wi-Fi strength. Is there anything else you want to share with me? And then just kind of a little disclaimer. And I have my disclaimer on my PDF, but this is a good thing to have here in your form. So we can go over that as well. I will share a snapshot. Well, I can probably share her application with you, because I have the link to it right here. So I can probably share that with you if you want to use some of her questions as well. So let's go right into how to create a form. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open your Google Drive. Okay. And if you don't have Google Drive, then get it. Open yourself a Gmail and just start using this, because it's fantastic. All right. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to come over here to new. You're going to create a new item. We're going to create a new form. Form is not listed here, so you have to click more, and Google Forms is the first thing that pops up. So in Google, you can create a folder. You can upload things into Google like I have a folder that's all recipes. And so what I do is from the Beachbody blog, when I find a really good recipe, I copy the recipe and I put it in a sheet. I put it in Google Documents. I would create a document and I would paste that. Google Documents is like Word, like Microsoft Word. So I would paste the recipe in Google Document, in a document. I would also copy the photo that they used and put it in that as well, in my document as well. And then I put those in a recipe folder. And so on Tasty Tuesdays, I can share that recipe or share the picture and say, if you want the recipe, message me and I can share the link to my Google document. So if you don't have a website, this is a really great way to do it, okay? So we'll go down to more and we're gonna create a Google form. This is a brand new form and this is what it looks like when you get started. It's this pretty bright purple color. So let's start with color first, okay? So right here is a little color palette. You can click on this and there's quite a few different things to choose from. They're not great choices, but they're decent. They're all pretty bright, but you can use whatever one you want. Okay, there's some green ones. All right, you can also go to this picture icon and you can upload your own image right here. You can upload a photo or you can use one of their head titles that they have. They have a lot of different images. They have a lot of their own photos. Plus they have like illustrations like that was on Michelle and mine. So here are some different illustrations and they have lots of different themes. So here's a food and dining. They have some photos to start and then they will go down and start getting into illustrations. Okay, so you can choose anything like that. Some of them are the same, some of them are different. Let's see, do I have anything in here that I've got a few things in here that I've created, a few of my own images. So I may or may not use, something that in here that I already have, but probably not. So here's a good one. This is like the nature theme that I like. Oh, and the water is flowing, so that's pretty cool. See, look at that. Isn't that neat? So it's a virtual, it's moving. That's pretty neat. And then just FYI, the background automatically adjusts to whatever your photo is to complement it. They do that automatically and you can't change that. So just FYI, know that. Okay, so you're going to title your form. So you can title it virtual gym application, your name, virtual gym application, whatever you want. It doesn't have to say virtual gym application. It can just say health assessment, Jen's health assessment questions, something like that. So let's just put, oops. Okay, and then you can put just, please, oops, you can put anything you want in here. Please answer these questions. Okay, all right, it automatically has one question in here for you, and you can click on that. Now, this is where you ask your question. Here, you can choose how you want them to answer. A very short answer, let them write a paragraph. You can have multiple choice buttons. You can have check boxes. You can have a drop-down menu where their options will drop down and you load in their choices. But this is mainly where you want to stay, is right here. Okay, I usually choose the paragraph unless I have specific things I want them to answer. So let's just type in name for, oops, first and last, okay? And then I want them to make sure they answer this question. So I'm gonna click this little button because I want this to be required, okay? I want them to actually have to answer this in order to submit the form, all right? We don't need to worry about these three little buttons. You can duplicate this or you can trash it, okay? There's also an option here if you want to submit another image. So you can throw another image in there. Let's see if I have, what do I have in here? Let's just see. These are photos from posts that I have done. Let's just see what's in here. All right, let's use that. Let's select that. And how does that fill in? Okay, so you can put photos in there, you can put quotes in there, you can align it in the center, you can crop it by just clicking on the image and oops, and dragging it and changing it. So it can get fun. I mean, you can take some time and you know, mess around with this. I suggest that you just get your form up. Just get it up, get it created. Once it's created, then you can go in and make changes later. It's going to be the same URL or address no matter what, okay? But this just gives you your form. It's up, it's working, and then you can change it and create and add on it and perfect it. Just get it up, okay? All right, so we want to add another question. You'll go up here to the plus sign and it says add questions. So just click on that and then you can continue adding questions, okay? Add question, add question. All right, so now say I forgot their phone number. Oh my gosh, I forgot to ask them their phone number. So I'm gonna ask for a short answer. I'm gonna say phone number, but it's at the bottom of the form. Okay, so what you do is you go over these 6 little dots here and you see the cursor and you just drag that and plop it where you want it to be, okay? You can also add other images within this, so I can add another image. So let's just see what's on my, oh no, I don't want to go to my Google Drive. Let's just go to my albums. Let's just pick another silly one, another quote. Let's do that one. And that is going to go, again, you can title the image. And so anyway, that is just some examples of what to add. You can also add a clickable video. The only thing about this is it's a YouTube, you can choose a YouTube video, or what I suggest, anytime you share a video, and I'm going to reiterate this many, many times because it's something that I just learned and I never really thought about it, but when you're sharing a video with your clients, you don't want to share a YouTube thumbnail. The reason why is this can lead them into a virtual rabbit hole. What happens is when you see a video on YouTube, you're going to see that main video that's been shared with you, but all along the side, you're going to see all kinds of related videos that may or may not be what you want them to see. You could see somebody bashing Beachbody, somebody that quit, bad reviews on Shakeology, people that don't know what they're talking about. There can just be a ton of stuff. So what I recommend you do, and I'm going to show you right now, if you want to insert a video, I want you to go to your teambeachbody.com site, go to your coach online office. Under breaking news is your video library, folks. Video library. Click on English or Spanish if you're Spanish, but I'm assuming we're all English here in the group right now. And here are your links, okay? The Shakeology link, the one I like to use in my PDF that we're going to be creating is Tony. Tony Horton checks out. I like that one. It's funny. It's silly. I also use the one that he does on the Shakeology boost that explains all the boosts. So if somebody has digestive issues or, IBS or something like that, I'm always going to suggest for them digestive health. And I share this video that talks about the Shakeology boost. And the way that you share those is you click on the video. you click the share button, and there is your link. You just click copy link, and now you have that link that you can share on your form. So, okay, so here is add video. I'm on URL. I'm going to paste that. And, oh, no, YouTube URL. All right, I'm sorry. I just lied to you. I just totally lied to you. So it's only letting you do a YouTube video, but okay, here's a workaround. Here's a workaround. Okay, so here's your image. Take a snapshot of Tony Checks Out or Tony, you know, Shakeology Boosts. And you can, I believe, hyperlink this. Let me see. I may be wrong. I could be wrong. No, I lied. I lied. Okay, so nix the video function. I thought you were going to be able to hyperlink that, so if they clicked on it, it would take them to the video, but it's not doing that. Maybe in one of the other form platforms that you can do that, but it's really not necessary to have a video in the form. I want that to be in their assessment anyway. So anyway, sorry I got off on that sidebar. So anyway, we're going to create question after question after question. Again, it can be short answer, paragraph, multiple choice check boxes. You can change these options to yes, no, maybe, you know, don't bother me, you know, whatever. And then you can also delete them, right? You can delete them. This is very, very user friendly. All right, so form is created, all right? If you want to see what your form looks like, you're going to come over here to preview and you're going to click the eyeball, and this is what your form is going to look like, okay? So there's your form. That's what it looks like. Now we're going to go back. See, that's just on the tab, okay? It's right here. This is the visual. You can close that out, and there is your form again. Okay, let's peek at the settings. So in your settings, if you're going to have them have a spot for their email, you want to make sure that you click collect their email address. All right, you don't need to worry about response receipts. If you do, no, don't do that. Don't worry about that. Then you're going to look at presentation. So what this is going to do is going to send them a confirmation message, and you can put a nice little message in here. It can be little, it can be big. You can just say, hey, thanks so much for filling out my form. Keep your eye out in your email for your personal assessment form coming soon. I can't wait to learn more about you and get to know you better, so I can help you reach your goals. Jen. Okay? And show the link to submit another response. Now, we want to uncheck that. We don't want them to submit multiple responses, okay? So let's save that. Okay, responses. This is very, very important. Oh, did you see that when we clicked on that in the responses, when we clicked, oops, I'm sorry. When we clicked in the settings that we wanted to collect an email address, it automatically populated that field on our questionnaire. I forgot about that. But I don't want that to be the first thing. So I'm going to, can I move this up? I can't. All right, so email address is going to be the first thing. No big deal. Let's see what this says. That's just that. Okay. All right, form is created, okay? All right, this is something that's very important. Responses. We want their responses, okay, you guys? We don't want to have to keep going back to our Google Drive and see who filled out the form, who filled out the form. We want this to be a pretty seamless process. We want an email notification. We want maybe even a text message to pop up on our phone every time somebody fills out this form so that we know, we see it, right? Okay, so here's where we get, this is getting techie, guys, so stay with me, all right? Responses. Instead of seeing your responses here on this page and have to check this every day, you are going to create a spreadsheet, okay? This is some other tools that you're gonna use. You're gonna click get an email notification, okay? That is definitely important for you to check and turn on. And you're also going to create a spreadsheet, okay? So this is gonna be Jen's health, assessment questions. I'll just put Q's. Okay, so we're going to create a new spreadsheet, and that is going to be right on your Google Drive, and see, it's going to tell you what time of day they filled it out, so that'll give you kind of an idea of where they are. It's going to have their email address, which is the first question, their name, their phone number, and then the answers to all questions that you may have asked in your form. It's going to be all in spreadsheet so that you have this. This is awesome, right? So here you've got everybody's email. This is great. And the way that this shows up is back in your drive, you're going to have a folder that says forms, okay? You're going to double click on forms, and here it is. Here's your Jen's Virtual Gym registration. And the form responses are going to be right. I don't have any responses yet, so it's not going to show up there. But it is there. Trust me, it's there. Once I get a response, it'll show up in there. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the form. All right. We can close this out because it's created already. This is our form. This is on responses again. I don't have any responses yet. We're accepting. Go back to my questions. If there's anything you want to change on there, you can. But I really like this image. I think I might have to change the form that I've got that I'm using, like this one. I might have to change that because I'm digging that picture. Okay, so your form is created. Where are we going to go from here? All right, now you're getting emails. This says we've told this, right? We've told this that we want to get email notifications. Okay, so where do those email notifications come from? Well, what I suggest you do is you're going to have somebody test this form out for you to make sure it's working, and you're going to get an email. What you're going to do then is you're going to go into, and here, let me see if I can do this really quickly. So I'm going to fill out my own form, okay? And so I'm going to say sample@gmail.com, okay? First and last name, banana. And phone number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not a robot. Submit. Okay, so you can test out your own form too. And there is your little response. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's so cool. I love this stuff, you guys. I love this stuff. All right, so now I'm going to go to my mail. Please forgive my inbox. I have way too many things in here. And let's see. Let's see. It might be in promotions. Let's check it. No, Not yet. Is it in social? Not yet. Is it in primary? Not yet. Okay, it has not come through yet. So I got all kinds of weird emails in here. So, all right, so while we're waiting for that to come through, what I want you to do now so that you can get a text message from this email notification is you are going to load up ifthisthenthat.com. Oops, I forgot to spell it right. If this, then that. IFTTT.com. Okay? IFTTT.com. This is where you create these really cool little recipes, they're called, that do specific tasks for you. I used to have it do all kinds of stuff, but I've kind of pared it down. But you can, I mean, look at, there's tons of stuff that you can do. So create a new document in Google Drive when you receive a digital receipt in your Gmail. You know, get a notification if if there's going to be snow tomorrow. I mean, look at all this stuff. There's, I mean, tons of stuff. Just, you could get lost in this. But for today, what you're going to do is you're going to turn on this applet. It's called an applet. And you can search for it. So if you want to search, look at here. You can just go to Gmail. Go to the search. Go to Gmail. And you can search through and find what you want, but I want to get a text right here. If a new email in my inbox comes from a specific address, I want it to send me a text. So when you get a notification through your Google form, it's not going to come from the person. It's going to come from Google. It's going to come from Google telling you, hey, somebody's filled out your form, go look at it, okay? So that address is going to be the same every single time. So every time somebody fills out the form, you're going to get a notification from Google, and Google will text you, or if this then that will text you and says, oh, hey, new form submit, all right? So let me go back and check. There it is, Google Forms. So I'm going to click on this, or if I hover on it, see, this is the address it comes from, forms-receipt-no-reply@google.com. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come back over here because they've changed that. It used to be notify@google.com. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on my settings because I need to change it. You guys are going to set this all up new. So this is what it's going to say. If a new email in my inbox comes from, and I'm going to change this address, forms, that's the email address it's going to come from. I want it to send me a notification, and it's going to come from, let's see, Jen's virtual gym, or Jen's health assessment form, okay? And then I put my phone number. My phone number's got to be in there, all right? And then I'm going to save it. All right, so I'm going to get a text to my phone number every time. Oh, it didn't change that. Let me go fix that again. Da-da-da. From forms, oops, not orms, forms. Save. There we go. Okay. So that is applet successfully updated. Did you see that? All right. Let's check it. I'm going to check it right now. Applet checked, and I should see if I'm going to get a text here in a second. I'll let you know if I get that text. So there you go. How easy is that? So now you've got all their answers to the questions on their form. And then from there, tomorrow, what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at their answers, and we're going to fill out this PDF. And I'm going to show you how to create this PDF in Canva. Okay, so let me go back to my slides here and make sure that I haven't missed anything. Where are my slides? Sorry, where did my slides go? Sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Oh, I lost my slides. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to our screen share here. And, okay. So, oops, there we go. All right, there's our screen share. Okay, create your challenge group form. All right, so that's what we did. Your name, your email, location. So that's going to be important, especially because that we are going to the UK, what their goals are. Do they work with a coach? Some people ask the current body type and goal body. And I don't know as I would want to use that for myself because I'm not about body image. I'm not about your weight. I'm all about your overall health. I like to do inches. I think inches are a better telltale scale. I think before and after photos are good, but I'm not about body image, body type. Okay, so maybe their body type would help in assessing maybe what program they would need to use, but I think that would be more in the follow-up, you know, after they've already purchased. Struggles, obstacles, that's great. Motivates or inspires you. What equipment do you have at home? So these are some example questions. And here she's got, let's see if I can copy and paste this. I can post this in the comments and for you to take a look at her form, okay? And then you post your call to action on whatever social media you're using. And then send them this form, right? It's as simple as that. Okay, if any of you have questions on this Google form, please write them down and put them in the comments below this video. So when we do our team call, I will be able to go over all of this stuff. And if you are watching this after the team call, you can put your questions right below in the comments. This may be on YouTube afterwards. So if you do have questions, please put them down and look for the second video in the series covering the next step. And then we're just gonna go from there and continue on with this training. So I hope that was helpful for you on learning how to create a Google form. Again, remember, you can put images up in your Google form. You can change the color. There's lots of things you can do, but I urge you not to get lost in the creation of it because there's so many options. I urge you just to get something up there. Just get it up and then perfect it later. Oh, that's one most important thing. Yikes, how to share the form. I almost forgot. Holy cow. Okay, let's go back to the screen share. I can't believe I almost didn't share that with you. That would be bad. Okay, so let's go back to the form. All right, here we go. Here's your form. Somebody wants this form. How do you send it to them? Okay, right here you go to the send button. You can do it one of two ways. You can email it to them. I like to, create my own email. So what I'm going to do is come over here to the link. All right, and they have a link right here for you that you can copy. You can shorten it. One more tip, you can create your own customized link. So if you use tinyURL or bit.ly, you can create a custom link to your form. So let me show you that real quick. I use bit.ly, bit.ly. All right, let me log in. I have tons of bit links, tons. Okay, so what you do is I've copied that link, right? I've already copied this. So what I'm going to do is in BitLink, I am going to create my BitLink. I hit create. I'm going to paste the longer URL here, all right? And I'm going to change the name of the application. So I'm going to make it Jen's, let's see. Oh, you can't use hyphen. So let's see. Health. Oops, no spaces. Health assessment. Okay, that may be taken because this is a public thing, so you don't have your own like private links, but you can do health assessment, or you can do say Diane's recommendations, you know, whatever. You can do whatever, and then create that, hit enter, and it will create that. Now I'm not going to do that right now because once it's created, that's it. It's there, and that, I mean, you can change the name, but it's always there. And so I'm not going to create that, but I'm just going to show you, oh, it created it already. Oh, there's an edit. So, all right, so you can edit the title. But anyway, that's how to do that, okay? I haven't used tinyURL, but I think it's pretty similar to Bitly. So anyway, that is how you do that. Sorry about that. I almost forgot. It was so important. Okay. So if you have any questions, have any more questions, put them in the comments, whether it's in the team page or on the recording, wherever you're seeing this. Make sure you ask questions. And once this has been recorded and saved, it will be on YouTube, and there will be a playlist for you to watch both videos, okay? All right, so have a great day, you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with the rest of this training.